There comes a time in every man's life when the soil begins to whisper, not in words, but in hunger, in longing, and in some debt, if I'm honest. As I drove through the valley, I pressed my face to the glass. The wind, it struck me like the warm musk of nature's armpit, pungent, honest, erotic. I remember the letter, delivered not by courier, but by fate. Its message was clear. You're the only one who truly understands nature, who can feel it, smell it, become it. I felt the weight on my shoulders when suddenly I got the call. An old buddy of mine who goes only by the name Grandpa. As he was mumbling something about his lost son, he handed me the keys to his farm. And I, ever attuned to nature's turning, seized the opportunity. It was destiny. The farm was mine! As we passed the sign, I could feel it, the life of a farmer, the calling, the erotic itch of agrarian truth rising in my chest. But make no mistake, I did not come here to hide from the world, no. I came to transcend it, to live deliberately, to press my seed into fertile ground, not merely to birth crops, but to nourish truth, soul, and meaning. The axe does not strike, it licks the tree softly. The hoe does not dig, it humps the soil, rhythmically, beautifully. And I am fluent in the dialects of dirt. Oh, you dirty, dirty dirt. In my hands, the land is not a resource nor possession. It is a partner, a lover, not to be taken, but to be felt, known, understood at depth. There. Take my wild seed. It was the second morning, and I made my way into town to nourish the earth, to offer it beans for strength, parsnips for purity, great glistening seeds for its waiting loam. Pierre's, a humble general store, modest in size but rich in intent, a place of barter, of need. The villagers come here daily, exchanging their hand-earned gold for life's essentials. A pile of grass, quality feces, steroids, and a bouquet, a small gift to show romantic interest. Interesting. And yet, amidst this ecosystem of barter and belonging, a shadow lingers, competition. Pierre's prices rise like spring frost, and some locals, less fortunate, must forage in more creative ways. Nature's pantry, they call it. I was scanning the shelves, thinking of kale, when suddenly she appeared, a strand of hair, sunlit, golden, rendered in precisely 16 frames per second, her palette, a collision of spring and summer, her pathfinding, divine. A ceremony of colour and code, a fusion of algorithm and lust. And from that sacred union emerged Haley, just a villager of curse, just one magnificent, wondrous, unbelievable, extraordinary. Tomorrow will be a day of work, of sweat, of connection we will seed the soil, seed the soil, the soil. As the sun shimmers through the suspected skybox, I find myself postponing my soil duties. The earth can wait a while longer. Today I will stroll around the town to observe, to absorb. I note the architecture, charming, wooden, suspiciously symmetrical. One structure in particular catches my eye. Pale timber, kissed by sunlight, crowned with a terracotta roof. It radiates warmth, like a pie left on a windowsill, inviting, staged, and somehow judgmental. A golden emblem above the door, a flower, freshly... Oh!
Seriously, if she wears that to the flower dance again,
I didn't know anyone lived here.
Vintage. It's just sad.
Hello there.
What the fuck?
Would you be open to a few questions for a GGC documentary?
Wait, shut up! I swear to God, this random guy just asked if he can film me for, like, GGC or whatever. OMG, Alex, I'm going to be famous. He has a camera and everything. Oh my God.
This was
Alex,
it.
a film,
I had her
real
attention.
GGC film.
It was time
Do I look good? What do
to
you mean
bring
you
out
can't see
the
phone?
big guns.
Sense it. Use your
Pierre's
gay radar.
famous bouquet.
Are you serious right now? Alex, no, listen. He just gave me flowers, like a full-on bouquet with ribbon. I'm not kidding. What is happening? Who even does that? Like, is this 1982?
Was that a smile? I think it was. I think she smiled at me. I couldn't help but feel robbed. The bouquet wasn't free. That was coin, real coin. You don't just smile at someone after they hand you handcrafted flora. There should have been something, a spark, a pause, a number, something. It's just basic exchange. I did not give up. I entered her home, and that's when I saw her. Emily, the hair, blue, blunt, self-inflicted, the eyes violet, untroubled by logic.
Hello, are you here to fix the sink?
She had me at hello, a single line of scripted text, a tidal wave of meaning.
Hello, I'm talking to you.
We spoke, briefly, formally, then I took it out, another bouquet.
What the actual fuck? Who even are you? Get out before I call someone.
No, I don't think she is the one for me. This one is full of darkness. Dark like an empty hole. Analytical, intelligent. Scientifically proven, rejection stings. Quiet, warm, a librarian's hush in human form. Yeah, makes sense. I'm too loud, too sweaty with need. Grumpy. But what if... No, not even I can justify that one. I came to farm. I came to learn. But the villagers grew cold. Conversations clipped. Doors locked. I knocked, not out of desperation, but inquiry. It was then I met Linus, a man beneath the canopy, a tent, a pot, a past. Apparently, his father owned a farm not far from here and just died recently. He said little, but I recognized the eyes. He knew. He too once gave gifts, once watched from behind trees, once believed he saw truth in pixel hearts.
They don't want to be understood. Cold as metal, they want to be left alone, untouched, full. Who are they to ignore me? One day they will all look at the sky and see Linus as I take out their innards and spill it all over the ground, eating it as I go.
What?
Hear me, Bins! I will have you emptied!
Right. For each his own. You're going to reap just what you sow, they said. Well, I sowed kindness. I sowed personal time. And I sowed a bouquet worth 100 coins. All I reaped was rejection. I guess it's time to sow protein.
TGC, the virtual world at the palm of your hand.